Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another little makeover video. If you saw my bedroom makeover at the point that I'm posting this, I don't know how long it's been, but it's the last makeover I did, and right off of our bedroom, which I'm looking at, it goes straight into our bathroom. Like there's no door, there's no wall or nothing, which is very weird to me, but I guess that's kind of common in Florida. So we're just gonna try to make it a little cuter because it's not really my style. So I'll kind of walk you guys through a little bit of like what my plan is. Now, I don't know if I'm actually gonna do everything I say, and maybe I'll do things that I haven't even mentioned. I don't know, because I'm trying not to make things too complicated, not to spend a lot of money, because an actual bathroom renovation can be expensive. So we're not swapping like the cabinets, we're not swapping the countertops. I actually like the countertops. But we're gonna do little things like swap the light fixtures, the mirrors. Like I really hate these silver mirrors. And we're actually gonna be swapping the sinks, I think. And that's because we found some sinks at Goodwill. Let me put this down, it's heavy. But as you can see, we have like the style of sink that sits on top of the counter, which honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of, especially because our counters are already pretty tall. And then having that makes the sink even higher, and I'm short. So I have to like go on my tippy toes to try to like wash my face. But if we were to swap these out for like a normal sink that goes like in the counter, I feel like that would be a whole thing. It would get expensive because you would have to like cut a hole in the granite, I think this is. And yeah, I just don't think that's happening. So an easier solution is to at least swap these out, which I don't like, for something prettier. Just a simple white sink. These, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll show up close later. But they're kind of like this bluish green silver color, which if you know me, you know that is not my vibe. This is what it looks like. See the green and the ridges, and it's just not cute. But this, just simple, classic, beautiful. It was $30 each, and I immediately looked it up online, and these are about like $100 at least each. So it was a good deal. So two things that I've already done, I guess, since we moved in and since like the empty house tour that maybe you guys saw, is one, I added this little like folding door into the water closet is what they call it, but you know, the little toilet room, because there was no door. And I'm like, if we have no door from the bedroom into the bathroom, we can't also have no door going into there. And it's kind of like a weird spot because like the shower is right there, so if you had a normal door, it would like open into the shower, which was not good. So I felt like this little folding door was like our best bet, and I have to paint it. It's still like, I don't know, just like the basic weird color, and has a little wooden knob. So painting that is on my list. And then the other thing I did was actually paint the shower head black. We bought a black one, but I didn't love it, and we really like this shower head. Like we like the pressure and stuff, so I just painted it. And I think it's fine. So I guess I am going to be swapping out a lot of like the, you know, little chrome things for, I think I'm going to do a mixture maybe of black and brass. Mainly brass, I think, because we have a lot of brass in the room. So I think we do have a little bit of black there too, which is why I think we can mix both. But yeah, like these faucets here, I don't like them. They are so loud. So do that. Like I said, the mirror is silver. I don't like it. These lights are chrome. I don't like that. And then over here, we have this little like, what do you call it? Like a little medicine cabinet thing. I don't like that either. And honestly, I've put some stuff in here recently, but we don't really use it. I think I'm gonna pull that out and maybe do some little like wooden shelves inside or something, but I don't want that there. And then as for the cabinets, they are in great condition. I just don't know if I love the color. I don't really love super dark wood. I think it looks a little lighter on camera, but at least it's not like our kitchen that's like cherry wood. It's a little less red, so I don't mind it. I think I'm gonna do the other changes first and see how it looks, like swap these out for like brass or black, and then if it looks okay with this, I'll keep it, but if not, I could paint them. It's just gonna be a lot of work. But yeah, that is kind of the plan that I have. Like I said, things might change, but that's the general idea of what I'm changing. All right, it's a few days later. You could probably tell I look different. My hair is a bit shorter. But anyway, I went ahead and ordered the stuff for the sink. I got these like brass, I think it's brushed gold drains, and I ordered faucets, which aren't here yet. They're supposed to arrive today, but I thought I'd show you. It looks like this, really pretty. It has a little like pop-up drain, and I got the one that has like the stuff for the overflow, because these sinks, like the white ones, have a little overflow hole, which I'm gonna have to spray paint because they're currently chrome. But I already tested the other one here on this sink. It looks like this. And in there, look how pretty. But see right there, like it's chrome, which by the way, this still has the plastic on it. That's how new these are. But yeah, I tried it out. I think I understand how to swap these out. I watched the video. So I'm gonna attempt to do it myself. This doesn't scare me as much as doing the faucet. I think I'm gonna try that too. I'll try it. Obviously I'm gonna shut off the water and all of that, so don't worry. But if it proves to be too difficult, then I'll call someone to do it. But I just want to give it a try, you know? And we put a bowl here in case some water falls out. By the way, I'm following a tutorial on YouTube. I'll link it below. Okay, the sink should be detached now. And now here, woo! Now we put in the pretty drain. That. Oh no, I think I may have found a problem. So underneath I need to be able to get to this part so I can, like, you know, tighten this. But all of this is kind of being covered by like the sink and the counter. So either I'm not like pulling down enough for this part to be exposed, or I need a different drain. All right, once again, next day, because the drain really did not work. So I ordered another one. It should be arriving today, hopefully earlier in the day, because I want to get this done. I haven't been able to use my sink. And another thing I had to reorder is a faucet, because this one arrived late last night, and unfortunately I think it's just not tall enough. Do you see if it's like up against like here? You see how short that is? I think it needs to be like here. So I ordered a taller one. That's only arriving in a couple days, which sucks. But something that did arrive are the light fixtures. Oh, also I ordered a mirror. I cannot wait to take these mirrors off of here. So things will be arriving little by little this week, and then we'll just put stuff up as I receive them. All right, I have the package. I have not even seen it yet, so I hope I like it. Wait, so the color is a little more coppery, bronzy, I guess, than I was expecting. So I have to see if that's still gonna go well with the rest of the things. I don't know, maybe it could still work. But this is like the center part. And then basically on each side, there's like these glass pieces that are ribbed. I thought that was a really nice detail. And then also has like the, what was supposed to be like brassy color here. It looks like this. I don't know, I feel like it's a little different. It's not something that I've seen a million times and then become sick of. I don't know, it has like this simple elegance to it. I don't know, I like it, maybe you guys don't, but the only thing I'm concerned about is this color here. So I'm gonna bring it over there and see how I feel. I guess I'll compare it to the faucet. They're pretty different. Now I'm wondering, I'm like, do I change the color of the faucet? Because this is more almost like of a green gold, and this is like a very warm gold. You see that? Guys, what do? I really like these lights. And maybe it's far enough up like that. Oh no, now I feel like this looks so like yellow-green next to this. So I have done quite a bit of research, and it turns out that my problem with the sink is that it's an overflow type of sink, which means you actually need a bigger hole on the counter, because that part on the bottom is supposed to go up directly under the sink, not the counter. I can't make this hole bigger. There are tools you can use for that, but I don't really feel like investing in a new tool and getting the bit and doing all that. I honestly think, I know this is crazy, but I think we're just gonna get new sinks. I know the whole point was that I wanted to use the thrifted sink, and that's what started this whole thing. But ultimately, I just think it's gonna be for the best to have just a regular sink, not one with an overflow hole. Now, I did look for them online. I found one that's almost identical to this one, but without the overflow. And the cheapest I could find it for was 60, so not bad. But if you remember, I got these for 30. So of course I would want to get something even cheaper. So there's still a chance. I am gonna go this week, at least I plan to, go to the Habitat for Humanity Restore. I know that there they have a lot of like house building materials and things like that. So who knows, maybe I could find something there. And if I don't find the sinks, maybe at least I'll find some of the other things like faucets and whatnot. Now, in other news, the mirror has arrived, and I really hope I like the mirror because like I really need a win. So it's right over here. It's really big, and I'm gonna wait for Caleb because I think that's a two-person job to put such a big mirror up. What I can actually do in the meantime is get these mirrors off, and I actually have to do, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, I need to do some paint touch-ups right there. I don't know what happened when we painted this bathroom, but apparently we didn't paint the corners, so I still see like a little bit of blue. So I'm gonna remove this, paint that, and then later in the evening we'll put up the new mirror. Also, I don't know if I ever explained, but like right now we have two separate mirrors. I really hate these mirrors. One, because they're silver, and two, like this border is just so thick. Initially, my plan was to do two smaller mirrors, like vertical ones, and then in the middle actually put a little like hand towel holder. However, when I pulled these off when we went to paint, I realized that like this texture that's up here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has like these little swirls and like texture everywhere. They didn't continue that onto this area like at all. So if I leave this part open, you're gonna see the difference and it's just gonna look weird. So I have to put like one big mirror or two that touch like this, but I just think one big one will look better. I'm gonna sell everything we're taking out of this bathroom to try to like help with the overall cost of redoing it, because all of this is in great condition. It's just not my taste. Okay, here I can show you guys what I was talking about. So you see that texture there, and then how all of a sudden it just becomes super smooth. And ideally, I would want the entire bathroom to be smooth, but that would be a lot to do because there's just a, yeah. So that's not happening, at least not now. So we'll just cover this up, it's fine. Look what I just realized. The mirror was covering it so I couldn't see. We never removed the painter's tape right here. Oh my God. Okay, let me do that. And then yeah, touch up the blue right there. I honestly don't even understand why we had painter's tape there. Like, both walls are white. I don't know what happened in here. So it has been probably about a week since the last clip I filmed. Also, I do have my Invisalign on now, so probably have a little bit of a lisp. But anyway, let me update you guys. So I did end up going to Habitat for Humanity Restore. They did have sinks, however, they didn't have any vessel sinks like the ones that sit on top of the counter, which is what we need. So after looking there, I went to a flea market, I just looked in a lot of places. I decided to just finally order the ones from Amazon because I did find ones for 60 bucks, which is not bad. So I'll show you guys that in a sec. And basically, like, I kind of had to reorder everything. Like, I swear everything was wrong. Either the golds, like, or brass, like, didn't match, or things were the wrong size or whatever. But I think I have all the right things for us to move forward now. Now, something that I have already done, and I didn't film it, I probably should have, but it was kind of a mess, so probably best that I didn't. It was to put up the mirror. I'll show you guys a better look. But basically, it took 3 people. Me, Caleb, and my friend Savannah was here, and it was a struggle because you have like these 2 little holes that you have to like match up perfectly for it to like hook on. So, it took a few tries, but eventually we got it up. So yeah, just a big mirror that like goes across the whole counter. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a gold little edge. Like it's not super thick, which I like. So here are the new sinks. They look almost identical to those, except that they don't have the overflow hole, which makes them not as thick here. So now I can just use a regular drain, which will be so nice. And then I'm just gonna sell those. And then after ordering lots of different faucets, I finally settled on this one. And then I did decide I'm gonna go for this light, but I'm gonna use some Rub and Buff to try to lighten this color a little bit and try to get it to match more like this, because this matches the mirror. And then what just arrived today is actually another set of drains. So let's see if we like these. Okay, this is what I needed. This is perfect. It's just like the mirror. It's just like the faucet, and hopefully we can get the light fixture to match all of these. But before we get to what I consider to be the pretty things, you know, putting the faucet and the light fixture, I actually have to deal with my little nook here after I took off the medicine cabinet. This is what I was left with. I've tested to see like my skincare things, like how tall I would have to like have it, like put the shelf if I wanted to do that. So I think I am gonna put a little shelf right in the middle. And then I got some joint compound to kind of just like, I need to still sand here, but like smooth everything, make it nice and white, a little wooden shelf. And then I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like a little door or not. I might just leave it open, we'll see. I think that's all covered. It's okay that it's not smooth because I'm going to sand it after. Okay, I think I'm done with the first coat. I don't want to make it too thick because I want to make sure it dries well. So I'm going to let it dry, sand it, and then do another coat. All right, in the meantime, time to paint this door. Okay, I think coat one is done. I'm gonna let it dry of this outside part, and then later I have to do inside, but I think it's easier to do one side at a time. Okay, coat number 2 is done. I think I actually did a much better job this time of like smoothing it out. Alright, it's all nice and caulked. We let it dry. I think I'll paint the bathroom door and then we paint this. Okay, so while we wait for that stuff to dry, it's time to finally try Rub and Buff. I've never used this before, but I did look up what would be the most similar to brushed gold, which is this. And online it said European gold would be the best for that. So I'm gonna try to get this to match that. And also I got this little like hand towel holder, since we don't really have space to put one on the wall. And it's also a little like too warm. Apparently you're supposed to wait like 24 hours before you like try to buff it with like a cloth to kind of like give it some shine and kind of smooth it out. All right, we let that dry. If you ever wonder why I take so long to finish projects, this is why. This is actually lower than it was. It was 162 because I was trying to clean the shower glass and the scrubbing made my heart go up. So I constantly have to take breaks. It's finally the day for us to put the sink back. Well, not back, put the new sink in. Swap out the faucet, swap out the light fixture. So first things first, let me go turn off the breaker for the bathroom and we'll get started. This plate here is oval, so I might need to do some painting. Oh, I painted behind it. Nice. Moment of truth. Yay! They both work. Woo! Okay, let's get the glass pieces. Let's bring in the new sinks. I'm so excited. Oh god, if this doesn't work, I think I give up. Yay, it fits. Okay, now hopefully I can put the pipes back together. Oh my god, I think I got it. Let's see, I'm gonna do a little bit because I don't want water everywhere. So far so good. Okay, I'm gonna do everything. Okay. Okay, it's holding the water. Let's make sure it doesn't start to leak anywhere. I don't feel anything. Everything's dry. All right, let's release it. Is it supposed to sound like that? Oh, wait. Okay. Not a single drop. I can't believe it. I think I've actually done it. Guys, I'm really proud of myself. I've never done anything. I mean, it's not that hard. Honestly, I think what's gonna be harder is the faucet, because that, like, I actually have to like turn off the water and all that. So let's hope that goes well. Look how cute. Love it. Also, I feel like now is like when you guys can really see the countertop. It's always had a bunch of stuff on it, but you see, it's actually pretty. This is disgusting. I'm so glad I'm changing this. Okay, this one should be good. Let's test. We're good. Woo! All right, now time for the scary part, which is the faucets. Okay, so for the faucet, I have to turn off the water. There we go. Look, nothing coming out. All right. Both have been disconnected. Now I need to untighten up there. Oh my god. This gross thing is finally out. I hate this faucet. I thought it was cool when we first moved in, but it is so loud and it gets so dirty and it's so hard to clean. Like, it's just, yeah, no thank you. I guess. Okay, that should be secure. So now we just connect the water lines back up. Right, so hot on the left and then cold on the right. Now the scary part, I turn this on. I saw in a video that says to turn it on slowly. So, all right, let's see. It's a lot. Cool, guys, I'm a plumber. Okay, let me just make sure nothing's leaking. Nope, all good. Okay, this is so exciting. Okay, now time to do the other one. All right, I already opened the water below and no leaks, so this should work. I think our work here is done. Well, with the sinks, obviously not the bathroom. Okay, so although this is looking good, I'm a little worried about whether this is looking weird, because that did end up darker even with the rub and buff. It's the next day, and I've tried to come to terms with the difference in colors from the sink and all of this with that, and turns out it's bothering me too much. So I got some spray paint. We're gonna try to match that to that. I'm gonna sand first because it is a little rough. Now I'm gonna paint the little plate around the shower handle, and then I'm gonna just spray paint the handle in there because I don't want to remove it. I'm gonna be using the spray paint that I use for like my windows and all of that. It's really good. It's like very tough, and yeah, it's everything that I've used this on has lasted a long time. So I actually am gonna sand this a little bit though, just to like roughen up the surface a little bit. As we let this dry, let's go spray paint the handle. Okay, while we wait for that, I'm gonna cut the wood for the shelf. I have this piece of wood that's the right depth, but not length. I'm gonna cut off this part that's just, I don't know, looks kind of gross. And then over here, I'm using a weight to keep it down, and I'm gonna use my jigsaw. So much better. Look at that. Almost the exact same color. So let's reinstall these. So I'm kind of working on a few things at once. I removed both of the towel bars. This one was over here, so like right off of the room, and we never use it, and I don't like that you can see it from the room. So I just removed it, and I'm just gonna like spackle this and paint it, and we're just not gonna have this here. The other one, which is the closest to the shower, so it's the one we use the most, is here, and I pulled it off because I'm gonna paint it. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do it black or gold. So while I decide that, then I decided to start trying to sand this to see if, you know, I'm right, and it is just like real wood and all of that, and it is. And I had a feeling because, I don't know if you can see, but it has like the dovetail joints and all of that. So I tested it here. It actually sanded so quickly, like straight to the raw wood. So guys, I think as much as I don't really feel like doing this, it's a lot of work, I know that's what's gonna make this, like really transform this bathroom. Here we go on this journey of sanding this entire thing. So I feel like this is gonna take me a while, but we're definitely gonna get, like, I think a really nice result, because look at that. Nice raw wood, and then I just have to figure out what stain color will look best. I ended up going for the gold here. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, so now that I know that I am happy with how this can sand and that I actually am gonna sand everything, I removed all the doors and drawers so that I can sand out here. I have my little helper, Oliver, because, you know, I don't want to get our bathroom all dusty. I figured out how to uninstall like these glass shower doors, like get all the hardware off. So that's gonna make it a lot easier so I can paint these and then just reinstall everything. Okay, with the doors off, it was kind of easier to try to scrub off all that hard water that was stuck. I think I got most of it off. I'm having trouble right here. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but I think I'm gonna have to get Caleb to scrub that for me because my arms can't take it anymore. Alright, so today I'm moving on to painting this window. I don't even know if I mentioned that I was going to paint it, but if you guys remember the bedroom makeover, I painted those. So I feel like it would be nice to match, and especially with the black hardware now, I think it would look really nice. I also want to paint this window. I feel like I haven't shown you guys this room very much. It's just a little water closet. It's too white, and I don't really want to paint because, I mean, it's just the toilet room, you know. I don't want to spend that money right now. So I think just doing the window black will give a nice little contrast. Also, I painted this light switch gold brass. I think it said brass on the can. Because it was like this weird blue color, and I actually love it, and now I kind of want to do it to the rest of the house. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And then I'm thinking maybe we put some art right here just because it's very empty. Okay, I finished the top part. I have to wait for that to dry so that I can flip the bottom part up and then paint that. We just take a moment to appreciate how much better the shower looks. Like, wow. It's crazy what just a little bit of paint can do, huh? Also, scrubbing off all the hard water and stuff, that definitely helped a lot, because now you can actually see into the shower. Okay, so we've run into a little bit of a problem with the doors, unfortunately. As you can see, this part, like outside, sanded super well. Now the part that I was worried about is in here, because this part inside is thinner. So I was like, what if it's not actually like real wood? I'm still not quite sure what it is, to be honest, but as you can see, I still got this middle part down to the raw wood. And the way it was working is it has this dark color, then it would turn to like this medium brown, and then eventually get to this. However, here, this color happened after I had already reached this, and then I guess, I don't know if I pressed it down too hard there or what happened. I think I kind of ruined the wood a little bit there. Like, I think it went down to whatever other material is inside. So maybe this is like an MDF or I honestly don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue sanding, do all the borders, I guess. And then I'm going to have to hand sand these little parts, which is going to be annoying. But, and then, I don't know, while I think of what I'm going to do with the insides, because I really don't want to have to paint these cabinets. I think they would look so pretty stained, like a lighter color. So, we'll see. I honestly don't even remember the last thing I filmed. I had to take a break because my in-laws were in town. But I'm going to continue sanding the frame. I have my sander connected to like a shop vac to try to reduce the dust in here. Guys, I just discovered something pretty amazing. I don't even know if I said in the video or not, but I was worried about how I was gonna get in here because of these like fake drawers. Well, I just figured out they come off. I got in there with my light and then I saw that they were just screwed in. So that's gonna make it so much easier now to finish sanding everything. And then also I could get like the sides of this piece. Okay, so pulling out those fake drawers not only, you know, allowed me to sand all around the edges, but I actually sanded about half of the board on the back because this is going to be the perfect spot to test stains. I was going to do it on the back of a door, but then I would have to sand off the ones I wasn't going to use. But here's perfect because then I won't have to remove anything since no one will ever see this. So first things first, I'm going to apply a wood conditioner because that's what I plan to do to the whole cabinet. So let's do that. Okay, it says to brush it on and leave it for 15 minutes, then wipe it off. And then it says to apply the stain within 2 hours of applying it, which is something I did not know, so I'm glad I read the instructions. It's been 15 minutes. Now it doesn't say how long to wait for stain, it just says to use the stain within 2 hours of applying it, so I think you can do it right away. So the two that I'm going to be testing, oh sorry about the wind chimes, it's a little windy. I'm going to be testing Early American and Special Walnut. Special Walnut is my favorite stain, but depending on the wood I'm working with, it might not look the way that I like it. I just know it looks really good on pine. Alright, so right here I'm going to do Early American. Okay, Special Walnut on this side. Okay, so here we have the countertop. That side is Early American. This side is Special Walnut. I don't know. Now compared to the floor, because obviously this is going to be like right there, right against the floor. So I do like that this one's a bit darker because then it's not all like too light. Okay, I think I've made a decision. I think I am going to go with the walnut because I feel like when I put it here, this is where this piece belongs, it kind of brings out like, I don't know, this like kind of brownish color in the countertop, which I like. I feel like the other one is almost a little too gray, and I don't need more gray because, I mean, look at that. This project has taken so much longer than I thought it would. Silly me. I thought I could finish this in like a week, maybe two. I think it's been over a month at this point. I don't even know. The sanding has taken forever, but I think I'm finally at a point where I can actually start staining. Also, I got some veneer. Let me show you. I went to Lowe's. I took the door that was sanded raw, and I went to the lumber section and I asked the experts what kind of wood it was. And they were pretty sure it was white oak. So I ordered white oak veneer, but this looks darker to me, so now I'm unsure. It's like, look, this is what the wood is looking like here where it's raw. This is what I need to replace. When I looked at all the other, like the lumber there and stuff, to me it looked the most similar to maple, I think. But the guy was like, no, it's definitely not maple. And he said it was definitely not birch. and definitely not pine, which I figured because pine has like a lot of knots and this doesn't. And he's like, it's oak, and he's like, pretty sure white oak. Like, look how different the color is. Like, the veneer is a lot darker. So now I don't know what to do, because I can't really just test a piece, so then I can't return it if it's wrong. And just this piece is 50 bucks. Okay, it's 2 days later. I actually ended up ordering veneer in maple and birch because they looked so similar online. I was like, maybe what I have is birch. I don't know. But this one is the birch one, and I think it's what I'm gonna end up using. The maple is also very similar color-wise, but I feel like the green, maybe this one is a bit more similar. I don't know. I also have more of this because they only had like a bigger size, and I think I'm gonna need it for the bottom piece of the cabinet, so I'm just gonna go with this one. Because if you see right there, went through the veneer, and now it just looks weird. So if I use the bigger piece, I have enough to like attach it to the bottom as well. Okay, so according to the tutorial I watched, and they were using this exact same contact cement, I have to apply a coat to this, let it get to a point where it's like tacky, I believe, then do a second coat, and then I also do a coat on the back of the veneer itself. Also wait till that dries down to like a tacky finish. Once they're both like that, then that's when I put it on here, and then apply pressure, try to smooth it out and all that, and then that's when I'll be adding something kind of heavy to just keep that down. All right, I'm gonna be doing this out here. Apparently this is extremely flammable, the contact cement, so I just think it's safer, and in case it has a strong smell too, so I apologize for any noises like the pool and planes and birds and stuff and the wind chimes, but I just need to do what's safe. I'm also gonna put on my mask. Alright, we have the first piece in, and honestly, looking pretty good. I was scared I was going to start to curl up, but it hasn't. Either way, I'm still going to place something heavy on top of it while I let it dry. That's looking really good. So much better than what it looked like. But yeah, that has to dry, so I can't do anything to it now, but for this part, we can start staining, which is my favorite part. Alright, once again, it's the next day. And today we should be able to finish staining all of this. The veneer dried overnight, it's looking good. In some places that I felt like there was a little bit of a gap, I went in with some wood filler, so I'm going to sand that now, as well as give the panels a bit of sanding with like a really fine grit. By the way, I have been sanding and doing everything to the back as well, but I haven't put veneer in the middle part just because I wasn't sure yet if like I was gonna mess up on the front and I would need more of the veneer. I wanted to make sure the front was taken care of before I did the back, but I actually think that I have enough to then go in with this. But I'm just gonna stain everything already. I'll probably stain those pieces separately and then just glue it in. This side is easier because it doesn't have this trim piece. Alright, I finished the first coat. Honestly, they're looking pretty good, but I still am going to go over with the Early American stain just to neutralize the red a little bit. Here's a close-up of how like the veneer is looking, and honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself. For my first time, I think it's not bad at all. Alright, the last coat of stain has been applied to everything. The drawers are over there. But now I have to wait till tomorrow so I can apply the top coat. Okay, so for the top coat, I actually only need to wait 30 minutes before doing another coat, and it says to do at least 3 coats. I'm probably gonna do like 5 or as many as it takes for me to feel like it's actually gonna be durable enough to be in a bathroom. Guys, I can't believe it. I've applied the last coat. I'm gonna let them dry really well, and then I'm gonna lightly, like very, very lightly sand just so that the surface is nice and smooth. And then we can reassemble the cabinet. Now, while we wait for that to dry, let's address this. So, as you guys know, I had put this in, I put the shelf and everything. And when I tested my skincare products, like on the bottom, I thought it looked cute. But once I added the top ones, which are smaller and there's just like more, it started looking very cluttered. And so I wasn't a fan. So I've decided to close this up with a picture frame. So luckily Walmart actually had this 14 by 18 frame, which is like perfect for that size. It's kind of a weird size, but this works. And then the art inside is 11 by 14, and I already got something printed for it. But you may be wondering, how the heck, like, am I gonna access the stuff, you know, like, am I gonna take the frame off of the wall every time I need my skincare? And no. I got these little hinges, and basically it's gonna be like a little door. So I'm just gonna like screw that into there and into the frame. Hopefully I can get it to screw into the frame. I haven't tested this out, so we'll see if this actually works. Guys, I did it. Here are the handles I decided on. I like the little texture detail here. And this matches perfectly with the faucet and stuff. It's time to finally finish this bathroom by adding little decor pieces. I've been kind of collecting everything here on the dining room table. And it's not a lot because it's a bathroom. I want to keep it pretty simple. I don't want to clutter up the counter. So I'm just going to be putting like a little tray with some things like, you know, like soap dispenser. I have this that still from our wedding registry. It's the Hearth and Hand collection for the bathroom. So I have like little cotton swabs and cotton rounds. You guys will see me put everything over there. I also have this, which I think I've talked about already, to like hold a hand towel. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna use it or not. It might feel like too much on the counter. We'll see. I could always put the hand towel with our bath towels and it'll be fine. But first things first, I need to work on that little frame. I need to make it stay shut. So I ordered some magnets, but they're basically like little round magnets with a very strong adhesive. They're made for cabinets. So hopefully this should be enough to keep our little frame closed on the little nook. And then let's put up some art and stuff. Oh, I just have to show you guys one thing that I'm very excited about. So Kayla really likes to keep mouthwash on the counter. Like if it was up to me, I would put it away and then just pull it out every time I need to use it. But he likes it to be on the counter. And they're not the cutest because it's usually very bright blue or green. And I was looking for a container to put it in, but all of them were kind of clear. So I'm like, you're still gonna see it. Until I found this. So it's a little black container. So even if the mouthwash is neon green, you're not gonna see it. It has this little wooden tray. My favorite part, it has like this little, it almost looks like a shot glass for you to, you know, put the mouthwash into. And this is almost like those dispensers for like olive oil and stuff like that. So you pour in your mouthwash, use it, rinse it, and then just put it back in. Isn't that cute? And then it also comes with this little cute label, which is like gold, so it matches the bathroom perfectly. And that's just gonna look so cute on the counter. I don't even mind having the mouthwash on the counter. Oh, and it also comes with a little funnel for you to get the mouthwash in there easily. So let's get to decorating. How freaking cute is that? I actually got these two pieces of art. They're originally from Target, but I got them at a yard sale for like $5, I think. Guys, I think I'm done. I'm very happy with this. I can't believe I'm finally on the other side of this project. Like, what I thought would take me like 1 to 2 weeks ended up taking a month and a half. And it was very hard, but I'm really glad that I pushed through and I finished it. And now we just have a much prettier bathroom. I love it. So let's see some before and after shots, shall we?
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you love it as much as I do? I really love it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to make too much of a difference with, like, you know, having to work around certain things like the texture on the wall, the fact that there was no texture behind the mirror, so having to put a, you know, one big mirror, and of course trying not to spend money, so, you know, not replacing the cabinets, not replacing the tile or anything like that. I think I did a pretty good job on a budget, if I do say so myself. And yes, it was a lot of work. I don't think I would do it again. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe now with the knowledge that I have of everything, maybe I would do it again. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which I'm not even sure what that will be. I know my next makeover that I want to do is the kitchen, but I feel like I need a break. I am exhausted, my body is exhausted. So in the meantime, you'll probably get some hair videos, some thrift hauls, things like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.